I believe I am live. What is up, everyone? Tyler Ramsbey here, back with another live stream. Whether you're watching this on Twitch as it happens or on YouTube after the fact, welcome. And if you are watching this on YouTube, would love to have you join me live sometime. I stream most nights from about 10:30 p.m. to midnight Central Time. As we get started, I'm just going to get my Twitch stream pulled up so I can monitor the chat. And as always, I'm going to go spam myself in a few places. So let's get the chat pulled over here. That's perfect. And let me go ahead and spam myself. And then we will get started. 1 second. And if you have any friends that you think would be helped by this content, do me a favor and share the link with them. You can share it to my Twitch or my YouTube page. You can get to my YouTube page from my Twitch, or you might just be watching this on YouTube already. And I share some cybersecurity stuff. A lot of my channel is walkthroughs and hopefully some teaching. But the reality is, and what I always say in all my videos, I'm no expert, right? So I am learning all of this as well. I do not have it figured out. And what I do is, what I was doing already most nights was staying up, studying, learning, growing. And I figured, hey, I have to do this anyways. I might as well stream it and invite people to join me. So that's how we got to the stream where we are at today. And if you are joining, I know there's 2 of you joining, at least so far. If you don't mind just commenting, if you do have a Twitch account. If you don't have a Twitch account, I don't think you can comment. But I'm pretty new to Twitch, to be honest with you. Just share kind of why you're watching. Like, how'd you hear about the stream? What brings you here? And as we're going through this, we're going to be on the Throwback Network through TryHackMe. So if you have TryHackMe, you can purchase lab access. It's $60 for 30 days. Honestly, I've been, this is my 3rd night streaming it. And I don't work on it outside of this stream, but it's been really good content. I think TryHackMe did a really good job with the network really, and it's well worth the money. I'm just about done spamming myself. And then we'll get started. I'm actually going to share my stream on Discord in a few spots, and I'm going to share my screen as well because I want to invite you as well to join me in this Discord that I'm a part of. So one Discord that I'm in, that I'm actually an admin in, is this Work Smarter Discord, and it's a good mix of we have a lot of students in here. WGU, I'm an alumni of WGU, Western Governors University. We have a lot of WGU students, but students from other colleges. We have industry professionals. I believe we have Amazon represented, Microsoft, I think Google as well, and a lot of companies in between. I myself, I'm a senior analyst. I do cybersecurity work for my day job, and at night, I turn off the lights, I throw on my hoodie, and I hack stuff, legally, of course. I am live right now. We'll spam myself there, and let me go to TryHackMe. I saw that on the TryHackMe Discord. Let's see. I had this pulled up, at least I thought I did. THM Community Media. I'm going to go ahead and share myself here. I already have it copied what I want to say. Just go ahead and see if I can share it there. Oh my goodness, I spelled Twitch wrong. Might be helpful to correct that. There we go. All right, I think I'm done spamming myself. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Let me pull this up. Here's my LinkedIn. So if you have LinkedIn, I don't actually know if anyone uses LinkedIn really, but if you do have it, feel free to add me if you look me up at Tyler Ramsbey. But let's dive into TryHackMe. Now, the way that you navigate to the Throwback Network. Oh, whoops, I lost my chat. Let me get my chat pulled up here. What up, Nate? It looks like it's just you right now. Hey, Nate, does everything sound good? Everything look good? You're always the one who helps verify that. I'll wait for you to answer that as I pull up the network on my end. Yep, it's good. All right, sweet. Throwback, and what Nate does is he follows along with me. So whether you're watching this live, which right now you're not because it's just Nate, or watching this on YouTube after the fact, go ahead and pause the video and open up Throwback, and you can follow along. If you miss the other stuff, in my first video, I literally start from scratch. It was kind of like an unboxing, and we started from the beginning. So you can go back to part 1. This is part 3 that you're at now, but if you go back to part 1, you can actually go through the whole thing with me. And yes, I did reboot Kali. I did all that this time before the stream started. So that is a good point. If you don't reboot your VM, for some reason, it seems to break. At least it broke for me yesterday, and I was trying to figure out what was happening. And it looks like I actually need to start the network this time. All the other times it was already going. There we go. We got the network started. It's been scheduled to start. This process may take up to 5 minutes. So I should have done that before, but that's fine. We'll let it do its thing. And in the meantime, because I have 5 minutes to kill, I'm just going to walk you guys through some of what we've accomplished so far. We won't go through the flag submission panel. We went through some of the basics of Active Directory. So if you're new to Active Directory, most companies use Active Directory, especially in a Windows environment. And so even if you do like IT support, it's good to understand the basics of Active Directory, how things are laid out. And in part 1 of the videos, I walk through Active Directory type stuff. We talked about PowerShell, how to use PowerShell for offensive purposes. We did a reverse shell. We actually found 3 servers or computers that were public facing, and I'll just show you how this network is mapped out. We had this mail right here that was public facing, mail server, this production that was public facing, and this firewall that was public facing. The firewall we were actually able to access because they had default creds, which is a pretty common vulnerability. I believe the username was admin, password was pfSense because it was a pfSense firewall. And then from there was actually an area where you could inject PHP script. So we injected a PHP script to get ourselves reverse shell on there. For the mail server, what was really neat is you were able to do a phishing email. So we actually did phishing emails, and TryHackMe must have a script that automatically clicks the email and opens the attachment. But it was cool. We actually sent an email out, and an employee clicked it, and we created the payload with MSF Venom and had a handler set up, which when the employee clicked it, it allowed us to get a reverse shell on that employee's machine. And that's kind of where we left off last night. Looking at this, we were able to compromise this workstation 01. That was the workstation that we compromised with that phishing email. Looks like we have a time server here. We haven't looked at that one yet, so I have a feeling that one might be coming up. And that covers basically where we were at. What I'm going to do now is just verify that my IPs are the same. What I like to do when I'm doing a box is to put the IPs in my Etsy host file in Kali, just because then rather than memorizing the IP, I can just call it by something else. I made that almost too small, but let's see if we can do that. You do have to be root to edit your Etsy host file or sudo. So I'm just going to check these real quick. So firewall.34.138. Okay, good so far. I'm guessing if one of them's good, they're all going to be good. Is that 232? Yup. Production 219. Yup. And I see a few other ones here. So let's go ahead and add those new boxes. So we have the workstation up 10.200.34.222. And we'll just call that workstation 01.thm. Technically, we call it .throwback, but the less I have to type, the better. And we have this time server as well that I noticed. So 10.200.34.176. That's really small. Hopefully, I'm seeing it right. We'll call that time.thm just so we have those saved. And now, just to test our sanity before we get further along, let's try to ping a few of those. So if we ping wsl1.thm, and honestly, it might still be booting up. Prod.thm. Okay, we got prod. I may have typed something wrong for that one. Let's try to ping time.thm. I wonder if I typed the IPs wrong. Let me just glance at these. So time was .34. Well, .34 is going to be the same, but it's 176 is what we're looking for. Let's just check this. 176. Okay, we do have that. So maybe that machine's still booting up. That's fine. And WSL1 was .222, and we have that right. So I have a feeling those might still be booting up because we can ping production, but not prod. We can ping the firewall. Now things are coming online for us. If I type right, that'd be a good starting point. Oh, it may be because it's a workstation. There could be some configurations there, or even a firewall that might be blocking that. Okay, cool. We'll just get going. I think we're good. I think everything's working. But we'll find out when it all stops working as soon as I start. So, gone fishing. This is where we left off, and I have a feeling we may have to jump back into this. We may even have to reset some of this stuff up. Because we compromised this machine. Let's just see what the next step is. Maybe we won't have to. Okay. Your team decides that the next best move is to fire up Responder and try to poison LLMNR and get NTLM responses back. So I've done this like once. And one course I highly recommend if you are learning Active Directory is TCM Security. I believe it's just their general ethical hacking course. It's their most popular course. But the Cyber Mentor, I can't even think of his real name, but he goes by the Cyber Mentor in TCM Security. He does a really good job teaching through some of this Active Directory type stuff, and I jotted down a bunch of notes by doing it. And hey, before we get started, I just noticed I have a few notifications on Discord. I'm going to jump over to Discord to make sure I'm not missing anything. So Nate, you said, hey, check out this stream. Chat is popping, but you sent it to me. I don't know if that was a joke or you meant to actually spam that elsewhere. And let's see. And we got Jack spamming stuff for me as well. Sweet. I'm going to check TryHackMe. Okay. Now let's dive back into the stuff. Lol, yeah, I was trolling. All right, sweet. Hey, man, we got 3 people now. Like, we are going viral. John Hammond, better watch out. All right, LLMNR and NBT-NS overview. Oh, this is where the time servers probably come in at. To fully understand how the LLMNR, say that like 5 times fast, poisoning attack works, we first need to understand how that and NBT-NS work and why they are part of Windows Active Directory. The link local multicast name resolution and NetBIOS name service are Windows domain services that act as an alternative method for host identification. And you'll notice this on window boxes. You'll see specific ports that are open for NetBIOS. You can think of that like DNS. It allows hosts on the same network to use name resolution for other hosts. NBT-NS is used to identify systems on a network by their NetBIOS name. All right, I'm not going to say that every time. So poisoning overview. You can spoof the source for name resolution on a victim network using Responder, a tool used to respond to that and that request, acting as though you know the identity of the host, which is a common poisoning attack. Poisoning the service so that the victims will communicate with our machine. If the host belongs to a resource that requires identification the user, I think they mean identifying the user, and their NTLM hash will be sent to the attacker. These hashes can then be collected from Responder and taken offline to be cracked and then used to access the poisoned user's machines, or can be taken into PsExec to get a shell. Okay. That sounds fun. So poisoning LLMNR with Responder. So let's go ahead and just run that command. We don't have to do sudo because we're already running as root, but if you're not running as root, you'll have to do that. I must be interface. ton0 should be the right interface for our network. Let's do that. No such option R. Okay. Let's just take R off. Maybe there's an error there. We'll find through. Or maybe I'm just looking at this. I think he may be in the screenshot using a slightly older version of Kali. So Responder may have slightly different switches. So that may be a little bit different depending on what version of Kali or Responder you're using. Responder's default settings are to set up to poison that and that. So all we have to do is set the IP to our ton0 network. The R switch enables NetBIOS wred suffix queries. So we may want to look into the help file. The D switch enables NetBIOS domain suffix queries. The W switch starts the WPAD rogue proxy server, and the V switch makes Responder more verbose. So let's just go through that to make sure we have everything good. So what did it say the R1 did? NetBIOS suffix queries. Let's just go with this. And if it doesn't work, we'll know that we need to go back and kind of check this out. After some time, you may get a response back from Responder. It can take anywhere from a couple... Oh, I'm supposed to be on the machine, I think. So I probably have to go back and get that shell that I had, I'm guessing, because obviously I'm not going to get any events right now because I'm not logged in. Let's just read through this, and if we do, we'll have to go back to sending a phishing email, but it'll be quick. After some time, you may get a response back from responder. It can take anywhere from a couple of minutes to an hour to get back a response. However, on an active network, it shouldn't take more than a few minutes. If you find yourself waiting for more than a few minutes, why don't you scan the whole subnet just to burn some time? Okay, here we can see that responder has garnered a password hash of an admin. Now that we've gained a password hash, let's attempt to crack it with hashcat. Okay, so I do think we need to get back on the network. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So at least I'm pretty sure. Hey, Nate, I'm guessing you're following along. I'm pretty sure we have to go back to having a shell on the machine to properly run responder. Let me know if I'm wrong. But we'll let that run anyways in the meantime. Let's switch over to root. Oh, there's a script emulating the user. So we might be able to do it this way. The only problem is I don't understand how it would work without me. Well, I guess we could give it some time, but one would think it would have found the event. Are you at the same part, Nate? I'll give you a second answer because I know there's a delay. Oh, you did this part yesterday. So when you did it yesterday, did you have shell? Like, was it after the phishing? Were you still logged in as a shell? Since I suppose these things go back to back. I'm going to see if it says at the end here. If you seek to create a payload, send phishing, throwback. I'm going to, while we're listening for events, just to see if I'm supposed to have shell for some reason first, I'm going to go ahead and get my shell back. And I created this shell called Not a Shell with MSF Venom. You can watch the previous video on my YouTube page to kind of get a walkthrough on that. Obviously, that's very obscure. There's no way you'd ever guess that that's actually reverse shell, which is why I did that. Very creative on my part, I know. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to the mail server. And this is kind of a neat process anyways. So it'll be fun to do it again. I need to remember the different switches with Metasploit. I do know we need to set up a handler. And we're going to set, yep, that's right. I set my L port to 53. Okay, you think it'll work without being logged in? Do you remember at all how long it took you? Or how long it took to get anything here, a hash? See what happens. Let's see. We're going to do, we already did MSF Venom. So we just need to set up our handler here. And once again, I took the time in my last video to explain Metasploit in a little more detail. So if you are wondering what the heck I'm doing or what Metasploit is, I do encourage you to go back and watch part 2. And that should answer your question a little bit more. And Nate says 5 to 10 minutes, I think. So it's going to be awkward if I'm staring at this for 5 to 10 minutes. So we'll just make this shell anyways to see if that will, for somehow, some way, kick it on. Might want to scan the network and might trigger the emulated user to run. Yeah, that's a good point. Let me try that as well. Since I think it specifically said if you get bored, go ahead and try to scan the network. Let's see. So okay, let's go back up here just so we're in the right spot. Because it said here, you can spoof, blah, 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 poisoning, blah, blah, blah. It can take some time to get a response back. If you find yourself waiting more than a few minutes, which we do, why don't you scan the whole subnet just to burn some time? Okay, we can do that. I already have it right there. So if we just do nmap, I mean, I guess we can just do all those switches. Why not? Since we're not actually looking for anything. Okay, well, while that scans the network, we'll still set up this shell anyways. One of these two things should trigger it so that our responder picks up a hash. Then hopefully we can crack the hash and go from there. So we talked in the last video about staged versus stageless payloads. But for staged payloads, you need a handler, which is like what catches the shell. And the cool thing about Metasploit is you can set up that handler in Metasploit, and that's what we're doing right here. So we use exploit multi-handler, and if you check options, you can see the different things we need to set. But what you don't see, at least not obviously, is you need to set the payload, and we're attacking Windows. We'll do reverse TCP. Our L port is going to be 53, and our L host is going to be ton 0. You could also just manually set your IP there if you wanted to. Set L host. When I do this at night, like after working all day on computers, my mind gets a little bit fuzzy, and when I'm trying to talk as well at the same time, it can mess with me a little bit. Let's check our options. All of that looks good. In the meantime, let's double check this. Double check this. I'm still listening for events. And let's go ahead and exploit on here. The bind address is already in use or unavailable. I don't already have a job running, do I? Let's jump over. Oh, did I? Oh, my IP is in use probably. No, that doesn't matter. What port does responder listen on? Or it doesn't listen on a port? I don't know. I'm missing something here. Oh, there it is. Maybe. What would be... Just jump over here. What if we manually set it? Oh, it already did that. Options. We have that. Oh, hey, look at that. We got something. So it was just taking time. I never even set up my shell. So it looks like we have Peter's J, and we were able to get his hash here. So let's go ahead and just copy this, just so we have it. And we can close that nmap scan now. Let's switch over to root. ls cd throwback, and we can just call this, like, I'm going to make a directory and we'll call it LLMNR. And let's go ahead and echo this. And let's call it Peter's J hash.txt. And there it is. Now, I'm guessing we have some questions we need to answer. So if you are following along, truly, this does just take some time, and it looks like I got his hash twice there. And so maybe it was the nmap that kicked it off, but you do not need a shell or anything to get that hash down. Okay, if you've gotten to this point, which we have the hash, we didn't get administrator. I want administrator. We'll let this keep running, but maybe that's the example they're giving us. Now that we've gained a password hash, let's attempt to crack it with hashcat. We'll walk through this troubleshooting, then we'll jump to hashcat. If you've gotten to this point and you are still having issues, there are a couple things you can do to verify that you have everything set up correctly. So this is talking about the responder config to set SMB to on. Ensure you're listening on your ton 0 interface. If you have not done so already, execute the following command. This will set responder to listen. Okay. We're getting that. And reset the network. We've altered the way the script works. In order for a user to be eligible, they must first access the mail server, parse all the IP addresses. Just kind of glancing through it there. If you're still having issues, reach out in the Throwback channel in the TryHackMe Discord. Well, I'm glad we were able to get it, especially since I'm live streaming. It'd be awkward if I spent the rest of the live stream on Discord trying to figure out what I did wrong. Peters J. What is the fourth octave of the IP address the LLMNR request came from? What is the host name of the device? So I just throw back. No. Am I blind? Oh, I have to crack the hash first, obviously. Okay. I want to show you guys a few tricks for cracking hashes, and maybe they'll actually walk through this. To use hashcat, it's helpful to know what type of hash it is first. So what we're going to do, I think the hash starts there, right? I think so. There's hash identifier, which I believe comes pre-installed on Kali. I sent you a smaller word list to help crack the hash. Rocky ran all night for me last night. Oh, seriously? That would suck. Did it eventually crack it though after running Rock You? I mean, I'm assuming you did if you cracked it. But yeah, that would be a little bit awkward as well for a stream, as if we're sitting here like till midnight just waiting for the word list to go through. So appreciate that, Nate. That hash isn't found. Maybe I need to copy the whole thing. Let's go. I don't think so. Is my hash correct? There you go. Possible hashes. MySQL, MD5 middle. I'm not sure if that's the right hash. Hey, Nate, you can also fact check me on this. Which part of this are we exactly trying to crack? Oh, hey, I have a feeling that might be it. So it's an MD5 hash. It's this. I think it's this one right here. You don't want to spoil it? Okay, I'll keep messing with it. I think it's this one. We'll start there. And if someone is watching, I'm completely doing this wrong. As I shared in the beginning, I am no expert. The reason I am doing this is so I can learn it as well. So let's go ahead and go to our throwback. We have Peters J hash. And one thing with hashcat is you need to specify the module. But if you just do like hashcat.h, it would take a while to go through all of these, right? Looking for MD5. So one little trick that I've learned is to grep for it. So if we do hashcat-h, and then if we grep MD5 like that, it's going to make it a little bit smaller for us. And then we can see the different MD5. What we're going to try is we'll try just this first one, module 70. We'll see if that works. And Nate said he sent me a smaller word list. Let me go ahead and grab that real quick. This is a small word list that will work for the hash crack. Still use the recommended rule set, but this is much smaller than RockU. Mine had to run overnight to crack it. Okay. Let's go ahead and download that. And we'll just gedit and we'll call it, we'll just call it passwords.txt here. Did I not copy it? Oh yeah, I did. Now I copied it like 50 times. I'm too impatient. Now I froze up Kali Linux. Come on. We'll give it a second. In the meantime, I'll pop Twitch back open. Okay. All right. That's how you don't do that. Let's close without saving. Let's learn some patience. Let's just copy and paste it once this time and give it a second. Get a drink of water. There we go. All right, for those of you just joining, welcome. I always post this content on YouTube afterwards. I stream most nights from like 10:30 to midnight Central Time, and I am by no means an expert. I'm just learning myself. So welcome to the journey. If you see me do something that's totally inefficient or wrong, feel free to call me out in the chat so I can learn from those of you who are more knowledgeable than I am about this stuff. Okay, we got passwords.txt there. So once again, if you hashtag grep MD5, that's how we can see which module, which hashcat module we want to use. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be module 70. Could be totally wrong. And I might even have the wrong hash right now, which I didn't even copy the hash. So let's go ahead and cat Peters J hash. I think my hunch is either this one right there or this one right there. It's going to be one of those two. And I'm leaning towards this right here. But once again, I could be wrong. Let's go ahead and just echo that. And we'll call it hash1.txt. So we have our hash1 right there. Now, I don't even remember the hashcat steps, not steps, but format. And I don't feel like scrolling through all of this. So we're going to go hashcat. Oh, MD5 is 0. That's what I was thinking in my head, is that it was 0. Why did I not see that when I grep for it? Let's do that again. Because when I grep for it, I was going through, I think Nate did the same thing. I was doing the hash cracker room or whatever on TryHackMe, and I thought I remembered MD5 being 0, module 0. Weird. Oh well, I'm pretty sure it's 0. So let's go ahead and look at hashcat format. We'll even type MD5 just for a sanity check. Create a list of hashes, blah, 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 running hashcat. Okay, here's what we're looking for. So if we do hashcat-m, that's module 0, and we called it something, hash1.txt, and then Nate said he used the RockU word list and it ran all night, so he graciously sent me a shorter word list. So we're going to use our shorter word list. And if this doesn't work, that's right, I was having this issue when I was doing the hash room. Hashcat would always end up exhausted even though I was using the correct hash. So we may have some issues here. Or honestly, I could always... So hashcat runs off your GPU, if my understanding is correct. So the best way to actually run hashcat is on your base machine. So if you're running like Kali Linux as a VM, the best way to actually run hashcat would be on your Windows OS, just because it has greater access to your hardware. I could be wrong, but that's my understanding of hashcat. So honestly, if I can't get it to work on here, there is a rule set that modifies the word list that will be needed to crack successfully. I don't even know what Nate's talking about. Oh, task 14. Oh, I see. Maybe I should keep going. Well, what's the host name of the device? Does it mean this whole thing? So I was thinking I had to crack the hash before I could answer that question. Unless the host name is also a hash down here. I don't know. Look back at your network map. That one threw me off too. Okay, thanks, Nate. Let's look back at our network map. Oh, I broke my network map. Still broke my network map. Just go like this. Oh, I didn't even copy it properly. Oh my goodness. How about if oh, that doesn't work either. I don't know why when I maximize it, it breaks off the bottom. That's really helpful. So I'm guessing it's is it the time one? But now I can't even see what it's called. Yeah, look, I can't. I can't bring it up. Something broke on here. Yeah, I think it's just an error. Let me just go like this. Let me just pull it back up real quick. I think it's just for me always like adjusting it to fit with Kali. See, now I can see it. So that was my only issue. So what was the host name of it? I don't think it's WSO1. Maybe it is. We have ADT01, TBSec, sec breach, or throwback time. It shouldn't be case sensitive. Or is it like Corp ADT01 or something like that? Look back at your network map. WSO1. The IP. Oh, duh. Obviously. 219. Hence why it was asking me the 4th octet, huh? Oh, it was the production one. Good call. So that's obviously why they ask you what's the... I was wondering why it was asking me that. That's so you can figure out the host name. Okay, let's go through hashcat. And he says, yeah, they were tricking you into knowing the answer without knowing it, of course. Password cracking uses a password cracking tool such as hashcat or John the Ripper, along with the password word list such as rocku.txt to crack a hash. Now, the reason, maybe it will explain this, the reason it does that is a hash, it's comparing like known hashes to the hash there so it can figure out what the password is. Hashcat relies heavily on utilizing the GPU, which is what I was explaining before, to crack hashes and is not recommended to be run inside of a VM. Geez, I could have wrote this part of the room. We'll see if I can actually do it though. John the Ripper utilizes a CPU primarily and can be used inside of a VM. Note, this section of the course, along with the other areas that use password cracking, will require the use of hashcat. If your device does not support hashcat, then you can utilize Google Colab to crack for you. CollabCat? Okay, I've never even heard of CollabCat. You ever heard of CollabCat, Nate? I just want to glance at this real quick. Okay, we're gonna pause our room just for a moment because this is interesting. And I would just encourage you, when you are doing a room on TryHackMe, the goal is to learn, right? In my opinion, the goal isn't necessarily to get done as fast as you can. It's to learn. So when you see something that's interesting, take the time to dig into it, or something that is confusing to you, and don't rush through it, especially this, because I'm paying money to take it. I want to learn as much as I can. Let's just check this out, and maybe I'll try it this way. Interesting. Let's try it. Let's see if we can figure out how to use it. So, run hashcat on Google Colab. I've never heard of Google Colab either. Yeah, it's like a... that is... Honestly, that is kind of what it sounds like. Welcome to Collaboratory. All right. No idea what I'm doing. I might have to go watch a YouTube video inside of my YouTube video like Inception to figure out how to use this. I'll try it a little bit, but if I can't figure it out, I'm not going to. So go to the link below to open a copy of that thing. Okay. In Google Colab, click on, so here's what we're going to do. Let's go like this. Okay. Click on Runtime. Yep, I don't see Runtime, so that's a good starting list. Is that like that? Run cell, clear output. Click on Runtime, change Runtime's type, and set hardware accelerator GPU. I don't see Runtime. Oh, no, don't connect. Don't connect. Oh, I'm connected. I broke it. Okay, never mind. I don't feel like doing this. That'll be something I'll look into later. It does look interesting just because I've never heard of that before. And using Google to crack hashes with apparently a voluntary botnet, as Nate calls it. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Inside of a Windows Active Directory environment, there are 5 different types of hashes that you will commonly encounter. The first hash type is net NTLM, and net NTLM version 2, usually seen in poisoning attacks. So I wasn't even right with MD5. I don't know why hash identifier didn't identify it properly, but we'll see if we can figure it out. The hashcat mode for NTLM version 2 is 5600, and you should, if you know the hash type, we can probably stop responder. We'll keep it running. If you know the hash type, you should be able to hashcat .h grep. I didn't type that right. NTLM v2, right? NTLM. Let's just try NTLM. Whatever, apparently I'm wrong. Cracking NTLM hashes with hashcat. So that's giving us kind of what it looks like. -m-a hash.text. Okay, so here's what Nate was talking about. Introduction to rule-based cracking. Now here's where I might run into issues. I swear I somehow broke my hashcat in Linux, or in Kali. And I probably have to do what Nate said first anyways. But no matter what I would try to crack, it would immediately go to exhausted. And I was even Googling, and it seems like it's an issue other people have. Now, I don't think my hash is actually correct, so that may be the issue we're having there. But we may run into that issue here. And what we could do I have hashcat on here? I do. So if we go here and open in terminal. We might be able to do it right here if we run it here properly. So we have hashcat64 options. We have the hash file. So I might honestly pull the hash over here. So if we go ahead and echo, you can echo in PowerShell, at least you should be able to. We might actually echo the hash out, and I might try to crack it on Windows because that might work better for me. Sometimes your standard word list like RockU is not enough to crack a hash. You can use a rule list to change the word list and add rules to it in order to crack a hash. A rule list works by having a set of rules that can append characters to a password, attach characters, and substitute words and characters. Append rule. Appending to a word uses the $ operator before the character to append with. Examples of append rules. 1, 2a. Attach rule, so append's going on the end, obviously. Oh man. Attach rule. Attaching to a word uses the caret operator before the character to attach with. Examples of an attach rule. Okay. Substitute rule. Substituting a word or character uses an S followed by the character you want to substitute, followed by the character to be substituted. Examples of a substitute rule. Uses an S for substitute, followed by the character you want to substitute. So you want to substitute A, followed by the character to be substituted. Oh, so you want to make I see what it's doing. Okay. Just had to read that twice. To make rule-based attacks easier, you can use a pre-compiled rule list. The one we will run the demo with is one rule to rule them all. It is a large rule list that contains more than 50,000 rules, making it much more effective than creating your own list. The rule list can be found here. Cool. Using rules to conquer NTLM version 2. Let's just see what these hashes look like. Oh, my computer's frozen up. Let's give it a second. If you guys on the stream are having issues watching, we should be back online, I think, in a second. There we go. Whole thing is the hash. Got it. So let's go ahead and grab that. That whole thing right there is the hash. Let's go to, is this where my hashcat 64 is? Yeah, it is. We're going to, well, we can do it in the terminal. Well, that's cooler. Oh, okay, whatever. Oh, no, let's call it, probably not new document. Let's call it like hash thm.text. Save that. Now let's check our sanity. Oh, .text. Freaking whatever. I wonder if that's gonna throw it off. Is that just because I have it small? Oh my goodness, that is ugly. That's not gonna work. There we go. Okay, it was just because I had it small. So I want to make sure all those extra lines were not in it. So we have that, and let's jump back to Throwback. Using rules to conquer, we probably need to download those rules as well. One rule to rule them all. I'd probably just save as a text file if I wanted to, right? No, because it's a rule, so it's a specific like rule file. I see. Why am I not realizing how to download this? Usually I do this in the terminal and I do git clone. But I don't know if PowerShell can do that. Isn't wget an alias for whatever in PowerShell? My goodness, come on, computer. Invoke web request, that's what I'm thinking of. Oh, it downloaded all the rules? What was the rule called that I need? One rule to rule them all. You guys see that? I don't see that rule. The one rule I wanted to download. You're streaming longer today, HunterBot? No, I'll be on till probably midnight. So I started at 10:30. I usually go from 10:30 to midnight. I was doing 10 to midnight, but honestly, talking for 2 hours at the end of the day is just tough. And now I'm doing stuff that I don't normally do. What I'm trying to do is usually I would use hashcat in a VM, but the right way to do it is doing it in Windows, and I've never actually used hashcat in Windows. And so I need to download this stupid rule. And here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and do raw. Let's go like this. Let's copy it. Let's go here. Let's do a new, let's call it text document for now. Let's open that text document. Let's paste that in. Let's go file. Let's save as. Let's do all files. Freaking do it that way then, right? If you wanna play mean, just play mean. Okay. Hashcat uses the -R switch to specify the use of a rule list. You can also add debug mode 1 and debug to your command. Okay, here's what we're going to try. Here goes nothing. We're going to try to crack this in Windows, which once again, I've never actually done, so this might go terrible. Let's just make sure we have our one rule.rule. I see that file there. We have our hash.text.text. I see that file there. And so if my theory works, we can do hashcat64.exe like that. And then we should be able to add the same switches that we do in Linux, I think. So then hash thm.text.text -r rules. And we called that one rule. One rule.rule. We just named ours a little bit different. We can do debug-mode equals 1, I suppose. Debug/file equals matched. Oh, I don't have the shortened. Nate sent me a shortened word list because he said it took him all night running RockU to crack this. Take a screenshot with Paint, then use OCR to turn it into a text file. That'd be the hacker way to do it, Nate. He sent me a shortened word list just to make this process a little bit easier. So I'm going to grab that shortened word list. Let's show in our folder. Dude, I'm still getting used to like Windows or Windows 11. Not Windows in general, obviously, but things are a little bit different. Like, what is this supposed to be paste right there? What is that crap? Whatever. Okay, let's try this again. So, let's try. Hey, Nate, I'm curious. Did you do this on Windows or did you use the VM? Let's do that. And then I think, what did Wilson call it? Cracked list or something? Cracked. Dude, what'd you call your thing you sent me? Quick crack. Okay, I got you. Quick crack.text for our word list.r rules. One rule.rule. Try that. Debug. I'm already losing my voice. I don't know if you guys hear that, but streaming 3 nights in a row. I think I'll take. Gosh. I'm going to have to stop talking pretty soon. You guys are going to have to watch me in silence. Did it in your VM, so it does work in your VM. I think mine's broken, but of course it didn't work. Freaking A. So how do you do the rule in Windows, I wonder? Throw in some Mr. Robot music so you don't have to talk. I should. Like, I'm legit losing my voice from from streaming. You think it'd be the same in Windows? Most of the other hackers. Okay, let's see. I'll turn on. Let me turn on some background music for you guys. Let's see if we can get hacking music. What do we got? I may have to set OBS so it plays. Because you guys are just going to hear that through my microphone. I have no idea what that sounds like for you guys. Let me check out OBS. I might be able to set it so it comes through on here. I might totally break something. Let's just see what happens. I'm not having any luck with hashcat anyways. I don't know. I can't get my desktop audio to play. Oh, hey. Can you guys hear that coming through? Are you guys hearing it through my microphone, or are you actually hearing it come like through the stream? Okay. I don't even like that. We need like lo-fi music. Lo-fi hacker music coding chill step. I don't like that either. I'm gonna spend the rest of the stream trying to find music only because it's gonna be midnight. I'm honestly gonna have to look into hashcat on Windows or on my Linux machine. So let me show you guys what it does on Linux. Maybe some of you are smarter than I am. So even if I follow this perfectly, so let's ls. We have our passwords.txt. We need to create that rule. So if we gedit one rule.rule. Come on. Oh, you think it's from the mic? Honestly, it might be. I have my desktop audio turned up to come through here, but I'm going to turn that off. Let me know if there's any difference. I'd have to experiment with OBS to figure out how to do that properly anyways. But let me show you guys what I deal with when I try to run hashcat. Maybe you'll know how to fix it. I already know I do with TryHackMe. Apparently I deleted it. Oh, here it is. $600. Peter's J hash, that's who it is. Our word list is going to be our passwords.txt. That's the word list Nate sent me. -R. We're going to do rules. And ours is one rule.rule. Debug mode equals 1. Maybe that'll help me honestly figure out what's going wrong. File equals match.rule. Oh. What am I doing wrong? Oh, that's a folder. Mine's not in a freaking folder, obviously. You don't have to do the rules. That's just where the dude's rule was at. Oh, it sounds way different. You think it was working? Okay. So I'm going to adjust it again. Right now, I just turned the desktop audio back on. Let me know what that does for you. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to run this on here. We're also going to run it on PowerShell. Because I think I realized what I was doing wrong. And we'll just see Let's see what happens here. Freaking A, whatever. Yeah, sounds good. Sweet, so that's all I had to do. I just turned my desktop audio up on OBS to get it to come straight through. Good to know. So I'm already running this in Kali Linux. I want to try it on Windows. My computer might honestly melt. I probably shouldn't run it in both. That's actually probably a bad idea. We got a music suggestion. What do we got, Mum? All right, let's check it out, dude. If hacking doesn't work out, I'll just become like a DJ. Let people request music. My computer's really humming over there. I just want status, right? Why do I have to keep hitting status? Well, that didn't do anything. Oh, it cracked it. Hold up. Why do I not see the correct password? Am I blind? Do you guys see the password that it was cracked? Hashcat status cracked. Dude, I used the whole thing. Which part did you use? I used like... That's what I tried. That's what I did the first time, right? I did show. Oh, Throwback 317. There it is. I did crack it. Cool. We're getting somewhere. Thought I was going to be stuck there for a while. Okay. What is the crack for the PF sense hash? Oh. Now that you know how to crack a password using a word list as well as a rule list, practice password cracking on the NTLM hash from task 10, as well as the well, we should probably save this information here. So let's go ahead. We got Peter's J. We know his password is Throwback 317. I'm just gonna echo Peter's J. Throwback 317. I can echo that. Okay, so we do have that. That's cool. So lesson learned, even when you do show, you still have to specify the module, even if the password is cracked. So that's interesting. I know with John the Ripper, you just do John -- show, and then you got it. This is... Where's this music at? This is like... creepy. Let's close this out. So what am I supposed to do now? Crack the hash from task 10 as well as the hash from task 13. Okay. Task 10. MD5. Oh, I gotta echo it though. Tyler, do you currently work as a pen tester? No, dude, I wish. That's like my dream job, my man. I actually did IT support for a long time and just recently got into a more cyber analyst role. So what I do now is blue team, and it's my specialty is vulnerability research. So a lot of what I do is the infosec team tells me, hey, here's a vulnerability. That's the only downside of Twitch is like I'm the only guy on video. I'd love if we were all on video, which is what I like about Discord. So it's not just a focus on me and more of a conversation. Okay, it's 11:41. We got 20 minutes. Let's see where we can get. Maybe I'll go a little bit longer too. I'm gonna check Discord real quick. Make sure I don't have any notifications in this world. 1 second. All right, no, we're good. Okay, now that we have some footholds onto the network, we need to begin to set up a command and control server to gain persistence as well as to escalate privileges. It should be fun. A command and control center is used as an interface to upload and control various post-exploitation tools without interacting with the target itself. Consider C2 as a means for mass management of exploited targets for further usage, be it lateral movement, information gathering, or otherwise. Installing Starkiller. Never heard of Starkiller. And I'm going to read through Hunter's response. Hunter is on the Twitch stream, so for those of you watching on YouTube, I know you can't see the chat. He said he failed the first attempt, passed on second. I'm not sure what I did different. In fact, I was on course to failing my second attempt, but I decided to take a long break. I just laid down and started watching TV. At that point, I'd already enumerated everything and I was just stuck, but for some reason during my long break, I just started getting different ideas that worked. Dude, that's awesome. And I've noticed that as well, even with the work stuff. I'll get stuck on like a PowerShell script or something for remediation, and it's at the end of the day, and I'll notice by the time I get to like 10 o'clock at night, I'll jump back on my computer and I'll have an idea that seems obvious, but I couldn't think of it at the time. That's neat, dude. Thank you for sharing, Hunter, and that's encouraging as well. And Hunter, you said you're in like a senior sysadmin role now. What is, or sysadmin work, maybe not senior, but sysadmin, is your goal like pen testing? And 2 questions. Number 1, is your goal pen testing? And number 2, do you have any other credentials? Like, do you have a bachelor's degree or an associate's degree? Just curious about your background and that means. Just going to see if I can get Starkiller downloaded. Go to opt, download an up-to-date version of Starkiller from this GitHub. Okay. Go like this. Download that. CP. What am I doing? Whoa. Do I need to set up a username and password? Oh, we need to set up Empire. Okay, got it. Oh, you're able to download with app? Okay, gotcha. Whoops. Well, I'll try the guide, and if that doesn't work, I'll back up. So I got Starkiller here. I think. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's just that app image. I'm just gonna copy and paste this. We'll try the guide first. Proof of concept. We'll see if it works or not. And Hunter said, yeah, I want to get a pen testing job. Ultimately, red teaming is my goal, but I want to start as a pen tester first. I have a bachelor's from WGU in network operations. I have one in cyber from WGU. I was doing NetOps for about 5 years, and I did IT while I was in the military for 4 years. So overall, I have almost 10 years of experience in IT. I started getting interested in pen testing and hacking about 2 years ago. Dude, you sound like you'd be a great pen tester. I mean, just with your background, your experience. How did you find the stream? Are you on the Work Smarter Discord, or did you stumble across this at different means? If you're not in the Work Smarter Discord, you should join. It'd be cool to have people like you with that level of experience. Come on, computer, I believe in you. You can do this. So we'll get Empire installed, and I think I might call it a night after I get these things configured. And once they're all configured, we'll pick up on it maybe tomorrow night. I have Hack the Box category saved in Twitch, so I saw your stream come up. Oh, sweet. And this is even Hack the Box, but I couldn't find a TryHackMe category. But I do have a subscription to Hack the Box. So generally on my streams, I'll be doing individual machines like the normal way that you do CTF, either through TryHackMe or Hack the Box. But I really wanted to learn Active Directory better. And so I was going to go through this Throwback Network anyways, and I figured, hey, I might as well stream it. So, dude, good to have you here. If you use Discord, you should check out Discord as well. We meet every Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. We have like a 1 hour touch base meeting with people in the Discord. There's usually anywhere from like 5 to 10 of us, and we share kind of what we accomplished the previous week. We share our learning goals for that week, and then we kind of hold one another accountable just in our career goals and trajectory. I'll share a link real quick to that in the chat. All right, there. I posted a link to it in the chat, so you should be able to join it that way. It'd be cool to have you. Me and Nate are both in there. And then, dude, I don't know if you stream or anything, but if you have any content or if you do YouTube, I'd love to watch your material. So if you have something, feel free to drop a link here, even in Discord, and I'd love to check it out and learn from you. Sure. I want to install that. So Hunter, do you stream it all on Twitch? Maybe I can check by clicking your name. Maybe not. Did Hunter just join? Yo, he did. Look at that, dude. And you made it into my stream. So I can actually welcome you in video. So welcome to the Discord, good sir. Good to have you on there. Looks like this might take a little bit to download. Well, in the meantime, let's jump on Discord. I'll welcome you on here as well. I guess I keep calling you sir. I'm making assumptions, so if you're not a sir, I apologize. Hunter just sounds like a sir. Man, how long does this download take? Obviously a while. I mean, at least it's working, I suppose. What part was I at again? Oh, I'm just installing Empire, right? I think so. Let's check out our music. Where's our music at? What do we got? So hey Hunter, while I'm waiting for this to download, you have any streamers you recommend or anyone you watch on YouTube that's been helpful to you? Like I love watching John Hammond, some guys like that. Do you have anyone that's been especially helpful to you that I should check out? And for those of you watching this on YouTube after the fact, this is why I would encourage you to join the live stream. Just because it's cool to actually interact with people. I can't interact with you when you're watching this a week later. So happy that you're watching, but join me live on Twitch sometime so we can chat and talk back and forth. Like I said, the only downside is I wish I could actually talk to you guys in audio. If I had to do Discord and this as well. Thanks, I'm a sir. Okay, I'm glad you're a sir and I didn't offend you. That is good. Zippy installed successfully. Okay. There's a pretty big hacker community on Twitch. I think someone that's been great to watch is Al Has Read. Let me link you his stream. He does Newbie Tuesdays. Sweet. Is it this person? Oh yeah, I found him. Cool. Very cool. So he's getting free publicity on my YouTube because, you know, I have billions of people that watch YouTube. I don't. Nate says he's good. Professional pen tester, red teamer, CTF player, all-around hacker who enjoys sharing his disassociated knowledge and tainted magics with the great InfoSec community. Okay, cool. I'm gonna follow him. I will. Oh, he has his own Discord as well. This InfoSec Prep Discord. Are you part of that Discord? Oh, he has this red Discord. Okay, cool. He's got Twitter. He's got YouTube. Let's check out his YouTube page while this downloads. So these are obviously his live streams. That's what I need, yo. Nate, you need to make me something like this.
I mean, it's not the worst I've ever seen. The worst I've ever seen in real
Where's
life.
my music at? Shoot.
But it's not particularly strong. Are the passwords in Rocky? Probably not. Probably not. I didn't check, though. So that's exactly what you should do. That is exactly what you should do.
So apparently,
if someone calls you unsolicited, you should call back to your own help desk.
What I need is like all the text around my video. I need to figure out how to put the chat on the screen. Dude, I don't even know how that stuff works. All I got is a decent camera and a good microphone. That's about what I can add to Twitch. Oh man.
And verify what just happened.
Yeah, simple is kind of good because this would almost get like maybe not overwhelming because maybe that's just a thing on Twitch. I'm so new to Twitch. I don't know how other people stream live.
Surprised. But she said straight request is like
See how he does his screen sharing.
That's exactly right. A lot of clients will ask you to prove remote code execution without actually compromising.
So he's obviously talking through what it means to be like a pen tester. That'd be cool to hear from someone like with experience in the field.
Remember how exactly to type this HTML. It's Al.
Cool. Well, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to let this thing download for a while. Any other resources you recommend, Hunter? Even Nate? Or there's 2 other people watching the stream. I don't know who they are. If you guys recommend any resources while this thing downloads, we'll do it. Oh yeah, good plug, Nate. We are looking for another person for the Tenable CTF. You should join us, Hunter. You could probably carry our team. June 9th through the 13th. I'll probably stream it on Twitch while we're doing it. I haven't even looked at it that closely. Like, I know I signed up for it. And I use Tenable at work. Join the Tenable, capture the flag. Top 3 competitors or teams who earn the most points will earn awesome prizes. That's obviously going to be us. Right? After the dust settles on 2022 Tenable captures the flag event, it's time to debrief and crown the winners. And that's going to be our team, the Work Smarter team. That'll be fun. Well, y'all, this is taking forever. Only feet? Is that like a team? Obviously, that's probably a team. I don't... You guys have a website? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's not what I'm looking for. How to hack your ex's social media. Okay, that's not what... I'm guessing you're not part of the OnlyFeet, OnlyFans account. Unless that's what you're referring to. I don't know what your drift, but... I feel like this isn't doing anything. I don't know. I might just let it run. I might call it a night. Let this run and finish it up tomorrow. And then when I start the stream tomorrow, we'll jump into the next part. Oh, here's the team. Let's check it out. I'll pull it over to my screen. Only feet. Only feet. Only feet. Oh, dang. You guys have like... You guys are legit. Wow. Foot pics for sale. That's awesome. I love the website. I feel like I just fell into the 90s. Like I remember when the internet looked like this. Do you guys remember that? Like this is like 90s, early 2000s. I remember, I think of like Angel Fire websites. If you guys remember Angel Fire, everybody had like Angel Fire websites. Are those still around? All right, 17 Angel Fire websites that are still up right now. And that's still installing. So let's kill some time. Let's look at Angel Fire. Oh yeah, dude, GeoCities. I remember GeoCities as well. Should go back in the Wayback Machine. Let's see GeoCities archive. Let's just look at some of these. content, check archive materials. I just want a list of like GeoCities websites. Let's check this out. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So if we click this. Any of these work? They may not. Let's check these out. Oh, look at this. This is like real GeoCities. Enchanted Forest. Dell. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Look at all the silly animations. Welcome to my heart. Gosh. Next site. What is going on? We're a navigator? I love the auto playing music. You guys remember you go to a website and the music automatically starts playing? This is going to be my hacking music. I'll just pull this website up when I stream. And this is what we get to listen to. Dude, these were the golden days of the internet. What do you think the source code looks like? It doesn't have a source code. What? Oh, here we go. Oh, it's just scripts. Oh, look at all these. Oh my goodness. So these are actually, they actually archived it in this. These are pictures of CPUs. I don't know what is going on right now. A love letter to the internet of old. GeoCities was a web hosting service that made it possible for people to build their own home pages. During the 90s, I had a GeoCities website if I remember. Wow. Gosh. Look at this. The Bay Junior High School. You know, some school websites still look like this. I don't think they've been updated. Wow. All right. Hey, look at that. That finished while we were doing that. I'll stream a little bit longer to see if I can knock out this next part. You know, time flies when you're looking at GeoCities. Pixo. What's Pixo? I kind of recognize that. Social networking and blogging website for teens. So was Pixo like GeoCities where you do your own HTML and stuff and make it look as gaudy as it can be? How can you deny my permissions? I am root. Wait, no, that's not what I want to do. How is it denying me? I am root. You can't deny me. What? Good call. That's probably what it is. What am I missing, guys? What is going on? Empire is a directory. So what's it trying to run? Is it PS Empires that I need to run? These instructions suck. Let's just try it. Nope, that's a Python script. About to call it a night and see if I can figure this out later. So you just used app to install them. Did it work for you? Oh, I love the port 1337. Whatever. I'm going to figure this out later. I'm going to call it a night, guys. It is after midnight, and I'm just going to get frustrated dealing with this stupid thing that doesn't work. I'm following these instructions literally word for word. Worst case scenario, I'll go bug people in the TryHackMe Discord. Apt install PowerShell Empire, if I remember right. Okay. Yeah, I might do it that way to get it to work. I just wish the actual instructions worked. But sweet. Thank you guys for joining. I will catch you guys. I think I'm streaming tomorrow. We'll see. I'm not entirely sure if I'll stream tomorrow. I might take Friday night off and rest my voice and like go to bed before midnight. But we'll see. We'll see if I'm on tomorrow night. I'll catch you guys later.